Okay, good morning. I'm here with Chris Reed, City Manager in Nassau Bay.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good to see you, Chris.
Nice to see you too.
Man, it's a pleasure to come and see all the great things that I call this Emerald City. You know, Nassau Bay has really come a long way, you know, considering in such a short time after Ike. Tell us a little bit what the state of the community is at this point.
Well, you know, like many cities around us and throughout the state of Texas and our country, we're struggling right now because of the economy and because of Ike and still trying to recover. But on the overall view of it, I think we're moving in the right direction. There's a lot of positive things going on.
This new plaza, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, you know, one of the great things about the city prior to my arrival even, and one of the things that attracted me to it is I don't know another city around here that has as many economic development tools in place. They have a TERS, they have a management district, and it's because for years the city relied upon office commercial and medical professional to support the community from a tax basis. And it's time to step back and look and maybe redirect some of that. And the first movements towards the town center and our town square.
Yeah.
And it's a mixed use. There's going to be right now there's a multifamily unit, the Voyager there, 313 units. Got 150 leases signed.
Now
up.
that is a top quality apartment complex. Let's say, was that a Martin Fine?
Yes, it was.
Development? Well, whatever he builds out here is pretty good, right?
Very, very good.
You guys
job,
are very
yeah.
picky about getting him involved in the city of Nassau Bay, and represents the quality of life and the things that are going on. And I see you've got the new retail going in that's coming along.
Yes, and that's unusual, and that shows you the commitment from the developer. Typically, you don't see the retail come until after the hotel would be here and the multifamily, but would be full. But his commitment to it is he wanted to help the city jumpstart some of our sales tax, and he out of pocket financed the retail side, and it's already the first side is already filled up, and he expects at the end of this year to start construction on the other side.
You know, it's quite admirable too. I think that they see so much in the city of Nassau Bay and the infrastructure, and you guys running such a good city, to lure a group like that, the Griffin Partners. They're not a group that would come in and help develop something unless they saw a great future.
Yes, and they've done a very good job, and I think the key is the quality. I mean, anybody can build a strip center, but the quality of development that's going next door is what's going to give us the long-term commitment.
Well, I'm really excited. I know everybody else is too. Across the street from the Johnson Space Center, and really adds a lot of energy into the area. And Nassau Bay, like I said, to me, is like the Emerald City. It's right there in the middle of everything. Well, let's go back. Let's do a little retrospective, because a lot of people are new in this community. Tell me about Nassau Bay. Where did it start? Where did it begin?
Well, obviously, the city itself, it was chartered in the 70s, and actually 1970, I'm sorry. But there was residents living here as early as the early 60s. And there's several homeowners association within Nassau Bay, and it was developed primarily for NASA. And I don't know who developed it, but I can tell you that they were well beyond their years, because if you look at the city as a whole, we're surrounded by water on three sides. There's only three main entrances and exits to the city. You have a row of commercial, you have a row of churches, and then you have residential areas and circular street patterns. So our crime rate, because of that, is really low. Everyone knows each other the way it was designed. So that's the way you see a lot of developments that are developed today, in today's age.
So that was the model, basically, Nassau Bay. Well, I know the communities and the homes here, some of the homes are still, well, most of them are of that genre of those years, and they've been remodeled, and boy, this is the property. I mean, you got great real estate here. Nobody moves out of Nassau Bay, right? I mean,
no, they move within Nassau Bay.
They move within Nassau, they upgrade, right?
Right.
Because you got some beautiful homes.
Right, and a lot of that, we just finished we're in the process of finishing up our comprehensive 5-year plan. And through that, we had a series of meetings with our residents and our business owners. And the one word that kept coming up that was important to them was to maintain the charm. And the setbacks, the long front yards, the mature trees in the yards, those things are very important to our residents and very important for the value of our real estate.
Well, let me ask you something a little bit touchy, controversial, whatever you want to call it. With these constant, threats, and I mean, I've been here and not here before, you and I are probably here, the threats of job loss at NASA, how does that affect Nassau Bay? Do you see that as a major effect, or?
It could have a major effect because a lot of we're very dependent upon our office commercial space. However, that's the purpose of our comprehensive plan. That's the purpose of looking at the way we currently are zoned. We probably need to lure in some more retail, some more restaurants, and diversify a little bit. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's detrimental. I just think it's a change, and I think that it's good no matter what, because we don't want to be over dependent upon one industry.
Great. Well, I know the other thing that this community, Nassau Bay, offers is you've got some great little restaurants, like the what is it, Mediterranean Market and Cafe, cute little
yes,
place where it's
right.
kind of a gathering
Right.
place, like a little bistro, like in New York, a little Greenwich Village going on
Very
here.
nice.
And you've got a great vitamin store, Irma's and health food, and gosh, you got the Arts Alliance.
Yes,
What a great thing to anchor
absolutely.
your community, right?
Yes, yes.
And hotels? What are the hotels? I mean,
We're excellent. We have the Hilton, which is our largest of the hotels, and they're a true partner to our city. They work with us a lot. They do everything they can to to help boost our economy, and the city does everything they can to help all of our hotels succeed too.
well, I tell you what, I got a plethora of other little motels, boutique type hotels in the area to help tourism and people wanting to stay and maybe look for developing other economic development opportunities within Nassau Bay. And I know that, wow, number one, you got a great police force, as you mentioned.
Absolutely.
The chief and you have kept that crime down to a minimum. And also the fire department, I've heard, got great reviews.
Oh
and,
yes, I mean that's one of the unique things about our city, a town our size, and we're able to maintain a volunteer fire department, an EMS, our own EMS, and our own police department. So our response times from public works to EMS to fire to police is just unbelievable. It's a couple minutes, and we have a hospital that's close by too, which helps.
Well, I'll tell you, if I was moving from Houston or from a city outside this area and looking to relocate on waterfront property, my choice would actually be Nassau Bay. It reminds me a lot of Fort Lauderdale, where I grew up as a kid, and waterfront property, you're like a Venice. You're surrounded by water. So if you enjoy being on the water or water activities from boating, kayaking, fishing, yachting, sailing, you name it.
Within a couple
jet skiing,
blocks.
Within a couple blocks. It's a great place to live. Well, here I am today again with Chris Reed in the Emerald City, Nassau Bay, and they're featured in this month's Bay Area Houston Magazine. So catch us on GoBaja.com and also Bay Area Houston Magazine. It's been a pleasure, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate it.